One of the Red Sox top prospects is coming into 2024 healthier than ever, and that's a really scary thought in the best way possible. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Sea Radio. My name is Corbin, and there's one top Red Sox prospect that tends to get overlooked a bit when it comes to the Red Sox future. That is number 5 prospect, according to Sox prospects, Miguel Blaze. And the reason for this is because Blaze was injured around the same time that the big three, the guys everyone focuses on, were really making a name for themselves. But that doesn't mean that Blaze's talent is no longer there, and he's coming into a season where he's healthier and in a better place than ever before, which could propel Miguel Bleis this season into stardom. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to break this down. We're going to talk about where Miguel Bleis is at, what changes he's made, and how that could impact his game. Plus, we're going to talk about why he could just be MLB's next superstar. But before we get into that, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers here. We're less than 100 away at this point. Let's see if we can get there by opening day. So if you're new here, do us a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a lot and would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. So we actually already have talked about Miguel Bleis a couple of times on this channel, once way back in the day, I think it was 2 years ago at this point, and once just a couple of months ago in November, where I outlined how Miguel Bleis could have a breakout season in 2024. However, this morning, an article by Christopher Smith of Mass Live came out that shed some new light on what Miguel Bleis was doing this offseason that could help him reach his potential. Now, for those of you who may not know, Miguel Bleis has one of the highest potentials in the Red Sox farm system. In fact, some scouts still believe Miguel Bleis has the highest ceiling of any prospect in the Red Sox farm system, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The big reason is because Miguel Bleis has the potential to be a 5-tool athlete. Of his current tool set, his biggest one is obviously his raw power. Right now, Miguel Bleis has a ton of pure power at the plate, and one MLB scout in this same Christopher Smith Mass Live article even was quoted saying he could hit 25 plus home runs as an everyday center fielder in Major League Baseball. And that's not to discount his other skill sets as well, because all of them are graded above average. He is really quick both on the base pass and in combination on the field with his baseball awareness and IQ allows him to be a really solid defensive center fielder. Not to mention he also has a really solid contact ability. Now, one thing I do want to point out is the biggest concern right now with Miguel Bleis is his contact ability, mostly because of his plate discipline. At 19 years old, he had some issues with swing and miss at the low A level, which we are going to talk about in a second. But if we include all of those statistics or all of those skill sets and we take a look at what Miguel Bleis could be potential-wise, you're talking about a true 5-tool athlete that grades above average to average on every single facet of the game, and that would make him one of the most dynamic players in Major League Baseball. When you're talking about why Miguel Bleis could be MLB's next superstar, it's right there in front of you. His raw talent is one of the most dynamic in the Red Sox farm system, if not the most dynamic in the Red Sox farm system, and we've seen similar 5-tool athletes really explode on the scene over the last couple of years. Bobby Witt Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Corbin Carroll are all sort of in that boat as well. Now, I'm not saying to expect that type of production level from Miguel Bleis, but that's sort of where his ceiling's at, and that's a really high ceiling. But you should get even more excited with this Christopher Smith article, and the reason for that is because Miguel Bleis is bigger and stronger than he's ever been in his entire life. When he was healthy and playing at the low A level, things didn't go super well for Bleis. He finished with a 230 average, with a 282 on base percentage, and a 325 slug, good for just a 71 WRC plus in low A, about 29% below league average per production. A lot of concerns started to rise about his swing decision and plate discipline. We know that contact ability is there. However, he did have a lot of swing and miss in his game. What we did not know, though, is that this was in large part due to the fact that he was dealing with the shoulder injury the entire time leading up to his surgery. In fact, saying, quote, "That was something I was dealing with the whole year. His shoulder felt like it would pop out or dislocate every time he swung and missed. Going into this season, Blaze's shoulder is healthier than ever, and that should allow him to play pain-free, which is obviously going to help with his approach at the plate. You have to assume that the fear of your shoulder popping out or dislocating every time you swung and missed at a pitch is obviously going to affect how you make swing decisions at the plate. At least it would in my case, and I think it would in your case as well, and it certainly was the case for Miguel Bleis. However, that's not all. Also, according to this article by Christopher Smith, Bleis entered the 2023 campaign at 6 feet, 170 pounds. This season, he's coming into the 2024 campaign at 6'2" and 203 pounds of pure muscle. This season, after rehabbing and during rehabbing his shoulder, Bleis was able to add 33 pounds of muscle to his physique, making him stronger than ever before, which, according to Bleis, allows him to stay within himself more at the plate. Quote, "I think when you gain weight and muscle, everything gets easier. When you don't have that power, sometimes you tend to change your mechanics at the plate and you try to generate more power from other sources. So for me, getting bigger, it definitely helps me keep it simple." What is really impressive about this is the muscle gain isn't depleting his speed or range in the outfield either. This muscle gain is going to allow him to translate this raw power into in-game power a whole lot easier, which could make things really, really impressive for 2024, specifically for Miguel Bleis. And maybe what might be more important than having that raw power translated into game power with this weight gain as he begins to simplify his swing and his plate approach is the fact that him putting on this weight and being in this best shape puts him in a better position to stay healthy. Now, obviously, injuries happen all the time, right? You could be the most in shape person in the entire world and tear your Achilles skipping a step up the stairs. Life happens that way and freak injuries happen all the time, but by being as healthy as humanly possible, by being in the best shape that he could possibly be in, he's putting himself in a better position to avoid injuries like that. And this is the second biggest concern with Miguel Bleis outside of his plate approach. Honestly, it may be the biggest concern. It's what's holding a lot of scouts and analysts back from saying Miguel Bleis could be a true five-tool athlete in Major League Baseball. If he's able to stay healthy and utilize the best shape of his life to stay healthy for an entire season, he could put a lot of those concerns to bed and really start to raise his own stock. And in terms of his plate approach, Bleis is well aware of that as well. In this same article by Christopher Smith, he was also talking about how one of his goals going into the 2024 season, outside of staying healthy, is improving his plate discipline. Last year, he had a 26.8% strikeout rate in low A baseball. Now, we do know that some of that is impacted by the fact that he was playing through an injury, but that's pretty close, a little bit higher, but pretty close to what he's been doing throughout his entirety of minor league baseball. He also had a 7% walk rate, which again is fairly close to what he was looking like in the minor leagues even before he was dealing with this injury. In order for him to really get to that next level and propel himself into one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball, he's going to have to improve those numbers a little bit, and he is well aware of that. In this article, he said, quote, "My goal this year is to get one pitch I could do damage with, get one pitch in the zone that I can really do damage with and not chase pitches." If he's able to do these, if he's able to stay healthy and improve his plate approach, yeah, big things could be coming for Miguel Bleis. Back in November, when we made our first video about what Miguel Bleis could be in 2024, I said that I and many others believe that by the end of this season, he could be a top 100 prospect, and I still believe that. In fact, I believe that even more based on this article. Obviously, we've been highlighting this entire video the two holes in Miguel Bleis' game, right? His inability to stay healthy and his plate decisions. Going into 2024, he's healthier and stronger than he's ever been in his entire life, and he is aware of these plate approach problems, and he is working to fix those. If he could do that, like I said, he could be one of the most dynamic prospects, not only in the Red Sox system, but in the entire sport of Major League Baseball. Now, Miguel Bleis is one of those prospects that has a really high ceiling, but a pretty low floor as well. If he's not able to do this, he could end up being a sort of 3 true outcome at the plate with decent defense and solid speed. But if he's able to put the health and contact together, you're talking about a true 5-tool athlete, making him one of the next potential superstars in Major League Baseball. And this article, to me, just affirms that my faith in who Miguel Bleis could be and gets me really excited about what he could look like in 2024. I firmly believe that by the end of the 2024 season, we will not only be talking about Miguel Bleis as a top 100 prospect in Major League Baseball, but as a guy that we could see being a next superstar athlete in Major League Baseball. But that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? Do you think Miguel Bleis has what it takes to be a superstar in Major League Baseball? What do you think he's going to need to do to get there? And does this article give you any more confidence about who Miguel Bleis could be? Let me know all your thoughts on the latest on Miguel Bleis in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Plus, we're less than 100 away from 10,000. Let's see if we get there by opening day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Just helps these videos out a ton and would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.